emergency teams in Cape Town are working around the clock to restore services and clear debris caused by the adverse weather the city is experiencing. The city's disaster risk management center saying that it's receiving several reports of trees that have been uprooted across the metropole. Flooding also being reported in various informal settlements across Cape Town, including Cambridge and Park, affecting thousands of residents. While all the public schools in the province will be closed tomorrow. So let's speak to some solutions. We'll be staying by Corbin, thank you so much for your time. We see reports suggesting that the number of those killed is reduced to 5. Is that correct?
Well, good evening to you and to the viewers. Well, the increase in fatalities has not been confirmed in this state. But now those are unconfirmed reports. What we can tell you is that we have just spoken to the City of Cape Town spokesperson, Disaster Risk Management Center, Charlotte Powell. And as at this hour, 5 o'clock, the latest figure for the fatalities remains at 1. So that's one person has been injured, and one person injured and one fatality. That is in connection with the adverse weather conditions that Cape Town has been experiencing since the weekend. Now, that one fatality that was reported around this area where we are now, we cannot confirm that was after a tree fell on top of the car that one person was inside. That was tragically lost their lives. And another tree also fell on the car. Apparently, it was early in the morning that car, one person was injured. But at this stage, according to what we have heard from the city's disaster risk management center, they say that it's still just one fatality at this stage. They may update that figure at a later stage if there are more fatalities, but of course assessments are still ongoing and mopping up operations are underway. What we have also seen during the course of our travels and while we've been visiting these areas is the great debris and destruction that has been caused by this severe storm, of course bringing with it gale force winds and heavy downpours. And we do know that there's also been reports of localized flooding in various informal settlements. These include Kayalicha, Mountains, Mahala Park. Thousands of people have been affected by this inclement weather, and it's still continuing. In all likelihood, we'll still see some more showers and some more strong gale force winds going into tomorrow. Back to you in the studio.
Corbin, before I let you go, let's talk about the help that is available, particularly for some of the residents who will find themselves in some of these flooded areas. Others looking to see if there is any way at all for them to be able to get assistance. How has the city managed that?
The city has activated its humanitarian aid partners who are working in those areas that are affected to deliver that sort of humanitarian aid, and that's in the form of warm meals, blankets, perhaps some toiletry packs just to assist residents who are affected. Of course, the city is also prioritizing these areas just in terms of trying to assist these residents. And then another big priority area that needs to be considered in situations such as this is the electricity that has been cut off in some areas, and that's of course also due to these trees that have been uprooted and some of them that have fallen onto the power lines in some areas. So this has a severe storm that has hit the mother city, and it's caused a great deal of damage all around, and we are still monitoring the situation going forward.
I've heard stories of how neighbors are helping one another right here today and elsewhere. That's wonderful to hear. And my condolences to those. We've had at least one person who has sadly lost their life, many who are injured, many who are still in hospital. We're thinking of them, and obviously our condolences to the family of the person who has passed away.
This morning I was preparing myself for a meeting, and I was just switched on my laptop, and I heard this huge noise outside, and I ran outside. When I opened my front door, I saw sheets lying in the road, and when I looked to the right, I thought my roof was off, but luckily my roof was still intact. But my neighbors, 6 houses next to me, all the roofs were blown off, and one guy got injured. He was also working from home, and the wall collapsed onto him, and he got injured and he was admitted to Constanceburg Hospital, but his wife was okay. I'm a bit shaken, but emotionally also not well. But luckily, through God's mercy, no one got injured that severe, because when you see the devastation that was here, more people could have gotten hurt, but through God's grace, everybody is okay.